by uncertainties, by threats, basically. I mean, the world is virtually at war, and it is so difficult to make choices, to make decisions for women, for entrepreneurs, for business owners, for executives, for people in general, because we don't really know where we are.
Hey, it's Elizabeth coming to you from the Walker Consulting Works studio in Floyd, Virginia, host and producer of the Dear Business Coach podcast. Check out the live audio events every Monday at 9:30 and 9:45 a.m. Eastern Time. I have live 15-minute segments. And the first segment at 9:30 is all about being a podcast guest. If you're a professional and you'd like some tips for being on a podcast, then definitely tune in 15 minutes, 9:30 a.m. morning Eastern Time. And that's on Mondays. 9:45, right afterwards, is another 15-minute segment. And this is for storytelling for professional interviews. If you are interested in speaking to a room or on a podcast, and you're an executive, a team leader, if you have a presentation to give, if you're talking to board members, if you are talking to a camera, you want to have some stories that are signature stories, possibly, that people use to get to know you. You can tell stories that share personal and professional experiences. That's at 9:45 a.m. Eastern Time. My name's Elizabeth Walker. Look for me on LinkedIn and Facebook. And let's get back to the show.
Programs. I have talk shows. I am on podcasts, basically talking about what we can do in order to be more present, to be more guided by our inner compass, by our own values, what is absolutely relevant for us, because that's the only thing that we can be certain about. What is important to us? Why are we here? And how do we want to show up? Does that make sense? Is that something that resonates with you, Elizabeth?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me actually grab my notebook, because one of the things that I like to do is take notes while we're talking, and
Mm-hmm.
that helps me make sure that I am coming back and listening to those, asking questions that are, you're going to say things that do highlight thoughts for me that had nothing to do with the interview until we got here today, right? So I know why we're here, but right, exactly what you just said is the fact that we wanted to kind of ask ourselves almost continually, why am I doing this today? Why are you and I having this interview today? And is it lining up with what I'm telling myself every day the values are that I want to achieve and be a part? What conversations do I want to be a part of?
Mm,
So that's why I'm
exactly.
talking to you, because that is the essence of your work. Is
Mm,
I think that you are making sure that people hear that again. That is your message, Helena, to remember why you're here each day. What is the purpose of the conversation? In a practical sense, if I'm asking you for a deeper sense of what is better communication, how do I become a better communicator? Then maybe that's your first answer is, let's talk about why you're here today, right? What is it that your work is doing that's aligning with your values? And do you have a way for me to start that conversation with myself each day, right? How do I ask myself that each day about the work that I'm approaching?
the thing that I do and that I work also with the women that join me for their coaching journey or support is there's basically creating a constant awareness of what we are doing and creating awareness, being aware of what we are doing. These things happen in a part of our brain that is very hard for a lot of us to activate because a lot of us are in our reptilian brain, in our basic life protection brain. That's the oldest brain, basically, that is also common that we have in common with other animals, if I can say it like that. So a lot of people are in constant stress, and we even start thinking that this is normal, which it is not. It's not normal that we are constantly in stress, but we are so much introduced in all these difficult situations that are brought by media as life-threatening, or as very negative, as very bad, as very, uncertain, taking away all what we are used to, taking us out of our comfort zone, that we are constantly in stress. When we are in stress, we are